So those warm fall colors are really popular right now. And I think there's some people that feel like they can't wear them, but I don't know, maybe you just can. Hey everyone, it's Melissa. As I said in my intro, fall colors all over the place. They always are every year. The colors of the leaves and the pumpkins and the golds and the burgundies and the beautiful warm reds. But this year they're really popular in eyeshadows and cheek and lip colors and in clothing. I've just seen it all over the place and heard people talking about how hot those warm fall colors are. And I've heard when I've worn like oranges or orange lipsticks or something, a lot of you have told me I can't wear those colors because my skin tone is too cool. But I think that there is a way that you can get away with it and wear like a version of it. So let me start off by saying I think everybody can wear any color. If you like a bright orange and it looks terrible on you, wear it and you love wearing it in good health. You know, if that's the nice thing about color. I love color. I love the tone of color. I love the nuances of color. I love the matchup of color. I think that's why I like blushes and lipsticks and eyeshadows so much. I'm such a color person. Or lack of color. I love beiges and all different nuances of white and grays and black. So color fascinates me. And I did do a video on hints to find out your best color. I will link it up there in a box, description box. And it involves sitting in front of a mirror and with good lighting and your hair back, no makeup, no blush, nothing whatsoever, just your skin tone. Hold different colors, like different colors of green, different colors of blue. Hold them up, drop them, hold it up, drop them. Compare the two and see which kind of colors look best on you. Do you lean more toward a cool? Do you lean more toward a warm? I wear everything. I don't care. And I wear a lot of the warmer colors. And while I probably am tending to be more cool, I do like to wear those colors, but I will try to do certain things to make them more wearable for me. Now, I have read that most of the people in the world are cool colors. You know, they look best in the cool colors. The ones that look really good in those warm colors are, well, like my friend Dawn, and I will link her channel. The redheads, the copper colored women, the auburn colored women. My mother was one of them. She always dressed me in these warm colors because she was a redhead. And she had the peach complexion that goes with a redhead. I'm kind of a neutral, to be honest, so I kind of go back and forth. But I do feel like I tend to look best in cool colors. So sometimes I will take these warm colors and cheat with them. And so I'm gonna tell you how I do it to kind of cheat with it, where you're thinking I'm wearing a bunch of warm colors when I'm kind of really not. Okay, the first thing you can do is when you're wearing warm colors is keep them away from your face. If you look better in cool colors, and most of us do, is keep them away from your face. Wear them as a pants, wear them as a skirt, wear a tan skirt with a black top. You might look better in black, but you want to wear that tan to kind of keep on trend. So put that tan as a skirt or a pair of slacks. And you're still wearing it, but it's not up next to your face. It's what makes up next to your face that makes your eyes brighter and your cheeks brighter and your lips brighter. Those are the things you want to look for if you're wearing the right colors for you. So that is one thing you can do, but there's another thing you can do too, and it involves the tone of the color. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute, but what I think that it's important to do to understand about the colors that look best on you is to get several colors, like I said, when you hold it up to your face, but to really study the nuances of color. All the different colors of green. There's cool, warm, there's those nice warm greens, but there's cool greens too. There are browns that tend to have a little coolness to them, but it seems like you're wearing those warm browns of fall. The greens, they can have a little, you can think that you're wearing like an olive or those warm greens, but you can still make it where it's a little coolness to it if you pick the right tone and the right shade of it. I'm going to start showing you some comparisons now. Now, I want you to keep in mind you're seeing this on camera when I hold it up, so it may look a little bit different, but I'm looking at it with the naked eye, which is what you'll have to do at home, and hopefully you can see some of the differences. Okay, so I've got a top here that I kind of consider like an olive top, and so I wear it a lot, and you know, I wear it a whole lot. I like it a lot. I like this color, and so I feel like I'm wearing a really warm olive top. But when I compare it to a pair of olive pants, you can see it's not a true olive. It has a tad of gray in it, doesn't it? When you compare it on its own, I keep thinking it's olive, and I'll say, I'm going to reach for that olive top. But when I compare it to olive pants, it isn't. It's got some gray to it. I'm going to do a comparison like that with brown. Okay, here is a brown. This is another example. And, you know, I just would think of this as just a nice fall color. But then I compare it to this color and I realize it is actually got some gray in it. If you get these colors, if you can start comparing these colors, and if you can see the colors that have a little bit of coolness to it. Now, it can be subtle, but it can make a difference in how it agrees with your complexion. So this color, I feel like people that are very cool temperatures can wear, maybe more so than this color. So here's another color, and you know, when you first look at it, you would think that's a really cool color. You would think that that's a red. It was one of those bold red colors typically found in a red palette. But when you compare it to a true blue red, can you see the difference? This is a warmer color than this red. What I'm trying to get you to do is see the same colors that are pretty identical, but one of them may have an undertone of being warm and the other one have an undertone of being cool. Another comparison you can make is the color white. Now this, to me, I would think of as white until you compare it to something that's white. So now you can start to see the difference in the subtleties of tone and color of the same color. I think that will help you if you think you can't wear those warmer colors. I think that you can start to see that some of the colors that you think are warm have a little bit of a coolness to them. So I think a burgundy is a really nice color that cool people can wear that appears like a fall color. Does that make sense? It's hard. I know I'm not explaining this well. I'm trying really hard because I can see the words in my mind, but it's not coming across. It's a subtleness. It's choosing a green that has a little bit of more gray to it that will cool you down, but still other people think you're wearing those fashionable fall colors. Throw in some burgundy, like I said. I will wear a lot of the lighter chocolate colors too. You know, this is a lighter color. This is a warmer color than the true chocolate that I showed before, because I think it's very subtle. So I still think you can wear a chocolate color, but if you really have that rosy complexion, you probably could go with a more gray tone to it. But I still think that this is a beautiful color and a lot of you could get by with wearing it, especially if you wear cooler makeup, blush and lipstick. Okay, so let's go to blush and lipstick. I didn't explain that very well, and I'm very sorry. My words are there, they're just not coming up. I know what I want to say, but I'm just not saying it. But I'll keep trying. Okay, let's go to eyeshadow, blush, and lipstick. Okay, one thing you can do with these eyeshadows that are so popular now, and I've got a really good example, is get one that appears to be warm. And I'm going to give you an example of this Victoria Beckham. This is an amazing eyeshadow palette. It's Tweed. It's her little palette that she has, and my mirror has come off. Now what I want to point out it has that tan, which is typically a warm color, okay? But it's got that chocolate that is a little bit cooler, and it's got a purple that's cooler, and it's got that lovely burgundy. So it's got the colors that appear to be cool. Appear to be warm. I would almost think of a lot of these colors as a warm palette, but when you really get to looking at it and compare, it's more toward neutral, and some of these can actually really be flattering on a cool eye, a cool tone skin. And I like this, and I like palettes like this because then I can do a warmer blush or I can do a cooler blush. I think that you can take any eyeshadow palette that's out right now and put it on your eye, like that orange color, and put it on your eye. But you can cool it down just slightly. What you can do is, I think everybody should have this palette, especially if you're have cool coloring, is the ColourPop Stone Cold Fox, because you can use some of the colors in there to blend a slight bit of a cooler color in there. So if you take an orange, you can just slightly, and I tried cleaning this, y'all, and it made it worse across the top. It just smeared it all over the place. I scrubbed and scrubbed, but it's still a good palette even though it's messy. Okay, you can take some of the rose and add it to the orange in an eyeshadow palette. It still looks like it's that warm palette, but it's going to give you a little bit of the coolness that you need. And of course, with your browns, you can always add a slight bit of gray to it. Just a slight to kind of cool it down a little bit. Even if you just take some of the sparkly cool and put slightly over it, you still get that illusion underneath that you've got on a very warm palette, but you've cooled it down a little bit. Go ahead and wear that warm palette if you don't want to touch it up and cool it down a little bit, but maybe make your eyeliner a little cool. Maybe make your eyeliner gray instead of brown, or make it a nice cool burgundy over like a bronze color or something like that, because I find this burgundy, it just goes really well with warm things. The color burgundy goes really well with all these warm things. In fact, I've heard a lot of people say that burgundy is a really hot color also. So that's an idea. But my advice, however horrible it has been, know your colors, know your tones. You can wear a lot more colors than you think you can, either away from your face or do an accent close to your face that is more flattering to you, or do a tone of that color that you're interested in. I think that you can get away and wear the warmer colors more than you think you can. Okay, one last thing, blush and lipstick. Like for instance, with this palette that is pretty darn neutral, it does have that one warmer color right here. But the rest of them are pretty neutral to coolish. That particular palette, I wear warmer blush, but I also wear a very cool blush and lipstick with it. The warmer blush is actually, here's another thing that I do. I will use a peachy pink instead of a pure peach, because I need that little bit of coolness with the pink in there. And I think that cool people can get away with that. Or I will do a lipstick that's a peachy pink, like what I have on now. This is the Milani I Am Awesome. And it is a peachy pink because it's going to have a little bit of coolness to it, but still it comes into that realm of being a popular color for the fall. And the blush the same way. I have, this one is Honey Thief. It's kind of a peachy pink. But you can also wear the pretty pinks. I like this one. This is the liquid blush from Nars in the color Orgasm. And it's a beautiful pink, and it goes with this look too. It goes with that burgundy beautifully. I'm telling you, I think burgundy's the color to have this fall. I think it can go either warm or cool, depending on the look you want it to be. So I can go cool with this, or I can go warm with this color. And when you've taken a warm palette and maybe cooled it down by putting just a little bit of a topper of a gray over it, and you've cooled it down a little bit, or made an accent color that was like a burgundy or a gray, you've cooled it down a little bit, that I think you can get by with either a pink or a peachy pink blush. Okay, I think I've made a mess of this, but I'm gonna put it up anyway. I'm trying to be less picky and less hard on myself. But anyway, I hope you got a little something out of this. Like I said, it's in my mind and what I see in my eye, but it's hard to explain it. But anyway, just hold your colors and compare. Get familiar with your tones and what looks right on you. And I think it will just serve you well for the rest of your life. I really do. Okay, thank you for watching. Love you all. Take care. Like and subscribe. It just matters, and I appreciate it so much. And love you all, and talk to you in a couple of days. Bye-bye.